fear.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 scariest moments from Fear Street Part 1, 1994.
Run!
Did they get back together?
This is so dumb. This doesn't work. I will murder you.
For this list, we're looking at the first entry in this Netflix trilogy and picking out the scenes that most made our skin crawl. If you haven't seen the film yet, beware of spoilers. What did you think of the film? Scream about it in the comments. Number 10. Sam gets marked. After a confrontational candlelight vigil between the teens from Shadyside and Sunnyvale, a car full of no-good Sunnyvale kids tails the bus from Shadyside and starts throwing bottles. Dina isn't in her right mind either, as a spilled cooler causes the car to swerve and crash.
Dina! What? Your nose! Stop! Stop the bus!
Thankfully, no one is seriously hurt, but a dazed Sam stumbles out of the vehicle and finds something truly horrific. Though she doesn't know it yet, she's just found the gravesite of 17th century witch Sarah Fear, and gets flashes of some horrific imagery.
Sam! Are you okay?
She'd get an even longer look later on when the group returns to the gravesite.
It's you!
Number 9. Gravesite Attack. Speaking of which, upon realizing that this may all be the work of Sarah Fear, the group returns to the site of the crash to try to make sense of Sam's visions there. Naturally, they come across a gruesome sight when they dig up the bones of the witch herself.
Chains?
Oh, not just chains. Oh my gosh.
No.
Thinking they need to restore the grave to its original state a la Poltergeist, the group tries their best version of whatever that would look like.
There. We're sorry.
Wondering if it worked, they get an answer pretty quickly in the form of a definitive no when the Camp Nightwing killer attacks. They barely get away with their lives, but they start to realize what the MO may be for these returned killers. Number 8. Bathroom Trap. Now certain that Fear's resurrected killers are targeting Sam, the group heads to Shadyside High to go all Scooby-Doo on these masked maniacs. Using Sam as bait, they each lead a trail of blood into the bathroom, hoping the killers will follow them.
They're all here.
The others can breathe a sigh of relief when the killers pay them no attention. But it's the killers who need to sweat when they get locked in with the room set ablaze. Not a bad plan, but they underestimated the power of witchcraft when the killers start to regenerate like being incinerated was nothing. Time for Plan B?
Guys?
Number 7. Classroom Attack. Plan B. Now that their plan failed and another attack is imminent, group morale quickly falters. Out of ideas, Sam takes the selfless route and decides to give herself up to save her friends. The Nightwing killer looks to finish her, but she's saved at the last second when Josh realizes it's been done before. While Sam and Dina try to figure out how a C. Berman survived the same ordeal in 1978, the Nightwing killer goes all Jack Torrance on the classroom door.
Hi, hello, my name is Dina Johnson. Look, I think you saw the witch.
This shit is not gonna hold!
Realizing Berman indeed died but was brought back to life, the group then sets off to get Sam killed in the most economical way possible. Or, as Simon puts it,
Let's Timothy this bitch!
Number 6. Skull Mask Break-In.
Oh, hey, Peter. See, you got the full costume now.
This is a smaller moment, but one that gave us the heebie-jeebies all the same. The night after Sam's first encounter with fear, Dina spots Skull Mask lurking around her neighborhood.
Sunnyvale prick.
Thinking it to be Peter again trying to mess with her, Dina shrugs it off. Nearby, Kate is babysitting with Simon over, and they get an even greater scare. They investigate a strange noise in the living room, only to find Skull Mask rifling through their things.
Hey, Creeper, what the
Are you crazy?
It's just that Sunnyvale asshole.
Thankfully for them, he was only after traces of Sam's blood. But the shot of the masked intruder looking their way is one of the most terrifying images in the whole film. Number 5. Singing Girl. While Dina and Sam try to convince the police that dead killers are coming back to life, good luck. Simon splits away from the group, bad idea, looking to relieve himself. His next bad decision comes when he decides to approach a girl sitting on the sidewalk singing an ultra creepy tune.
Hey. Are you okay? Do you need help? What the?
Turns out she's Ruby Lane, one of the returned killers, and she is none too happy to see him. Pouncing on him in the street, Ruby nearly ends Simon, but thankfully, Dina picked up a little souvenir from the police station.
Simon, come on!
Let's go!
The bullets allow Simon to escape, but seeing Ruby get back up makes them realize these killers are going to make for a tough match. Number 4. Sam loses it. In the last scene of the film, Dina and Sam have rekindled their romance, believing the horror to be over. We, of course, know better, and C. Berman gives Dina a call back to promptly burst her bubble.
Oh, it's over.
Over?
Yeah. But thanks for your prompt reply.
It's not over. It's never over.
We then see Sam's name inscribed next to the other killers on Fear's tablet. And the next thing Dina knows, Sam has stabbed her.
Sam.
This leads to a struggle in the kitchen, as it's now become clear that Sam has been possessed. A stray hand on Josh's shoulder downstairs gives us a start, but apparently Dina was able to restrain Sam with the corded telephone. Good old 1994 technology to the rescue.
Sam's not feeling like herself.
Number 3. Opening scene. Ever since the first Halloween, a good slasher film has always needed to start with an opening scene kill. And Fear Street Part 1 does just that. We're introduced to Maya Hawke's Robin, we mean Heather, as she closes up the bookstore at the mall. That's when we meet Skull Mask. Thank goodness for R.L. Stine-esque literature, as a well-placed horror novel allows Heather to escape. It's not long, however, before Skull Mask tracks her to another store. She manages to make it to the food court, but an homage to the opening of Scream shows Skull Mask taking her down for good. Heather unmasks him as her friend Ryan, but he's promptly taken out by police, with Heather dying soon after. Number 2. Hospital Attack.
Listen, we need your assistance.
I'm sure that you do, but as it happens to be the new security protocol, we kept coming up short on blueberries and bananas, so now I need a special key to the...
I need to see a patient.
Thinking Peter's the one behind the skull mask, the group goes to the hospital to tell Sam to have him back off. Turns out they're wrong, as Peter soon arrives and is promptly slashed by Skull Mask himself. A chase ensues, and Dina and Sam realize Skull Mask will take out anyone who gets in his way. He goes after Sam, but Dina's able to fend him off and unmask him, realizing he's still Ryan Torres, despite the fact that he's supposed to be dead.
All employee Ryan Torres has been identified as the killer in the mall massacre.
The gang gets away in an ambulance, but it's now become clear that whatever's after them is not your average flesh and blood killer. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Pharmacy Carnage. Fear Street had proven itself to be quite bloody. But boy, did it save its best for the climax. Realizing Sam's temporary death may end the curse, the group concocts a plan that involves pills, EpiPens, and a trio of diversions. While Dina tries to get Sam to overdose, the others entertain the killers. But this time, it doesn't go well. Kate is brutally butchered when Skull Mask pushes her head through a bread slicer, and Simon gets an axe to the head soon after, courtesy of the Nightwing killer. The pills having failed, Dina is able to drown Sam in a lobster tank, sending the killers packing. Dina is then able to revive Sam, but as they would later learn, the horror is never over.
It's over.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.